We're about 16 months into SEO for 2 websites in the freight and logistics. These are national sites, pretty competitive spaces. It's one of those scenarios where the business that gets good at doing the thing in the space builds a software or SaaS for that space. So one website is the service doing the thing, and another service, the other site, is the SaaS, the software. So completely different kettle of fish, completely different list of competitors. We're up there against Capterra and all the software providers. We're up there against EEAT. Here I am in SEO world. But happy to say that both sites have showed great progress. The site that's shown the best progress is the site that has localized key terms, where there's a city term in the freight and logistics and the shipping stuff, and on a national scale as well. And then the second site is in the software, which has shown a significant improvement. The most of the juice is in the service side, because a lot of the time the software, the SaaS, gets far less search volume, and it instantly puts you up against big ERP competitors. I've got a parcel coming, I better not miss it, otherwise my wife will do that thing that they do in those countries that I can't mention with scissors. I'm going to share what we did. I'm sorry I don't have too much cool stuff to show you, obviously for obvious reasons, for privacy and stuff like that, but we're sitting on a really cool, now SEMrush reckons we're sitting on 2,600 organic visitors a month. Ahrefs reckons we're sitting on visitors a month. The truth is somewhere in between. At the end of the day, all that matters is really Google Analytics and Google Search Console, whereas SEMrush and Ahrefs are just search averages of rankings and estimated traffic. And right now there's big fluctuations on what is the truth. But I still look at these graphs because they are consistent with what's in Google Search Console right now. And so over the last 16 months, my role has been predominantly in the SEO consulting. I haven't had access to this website. It's built by, they've got an in-house design team and a dev team, so I've just been giving them lists of things to do, and they've been implementing with great success. In fact, one of the sites has gone through a rebuild, which was quite a stressful time for me, because there's a lot of things that were, when a designer rebuilds the site, they don't consider things that are needed for SEO, for example, old pages and what to do with those pages, and then new pages that Eugene needs for SEO, like the main keyword needs to be a service page, right? So really good synergy so far, and it's good to get to have conversations where you both have the best intentions of the client in mind. You just want success for the client. You just want the leads. You want the rankings. You want them at the top of Google. So we're all on the same page, and it's really good. So all of these campaigns, in this case, we're also sort of firing up some Google ads and some Facebook ads as well. But all of these campaigns begin with a website quality audit. I love using SEMrush. I love using Ahrefs. I will set up Screaming Frog with Google Search Console, Google Analytics, and I'll run a crawl, and we'll just get a really quick understanding of best performing pages, least performing pages with bloat, pages with missing titles, missing meta descriptions, duplicate H1s, duplicate H2s. And over the period of the last 16 months, there's been quite a lot of little micro jobs scheduled for the devs. And everything begins with setting up correct keyword tracking. So we've got reports on where our website ranks in different cities. So a rank tracker for Sydney, Melbourne, all the major cities. Then we plan out what are the important pages that we're trying to rank. What are the gaps? We identified that there were a whole bunch of pages that just needed to be built. So for example, if you do lawn mowing for your gardening business, just that services page, you're going to have your home page, about page, contact page. Just that services page is not enough to help you rank for the term lawn mowing, because you're probably going to list all of the other things that you do in gardening, right? So lawn mowing should be its own dedicated page. In this case, each site needed, I think, 3 or 4 of those dedicated pages, and it took a while, but they're built, they're marinating. What these pages have helped achieve, though, is the home page has increased in rankings for our desirable key terms. So if I come down here now, once again, I'm sorry I'm not showing the key terms just for the privacy of the client, but I am showing the volume of that term. So this particular key term, I'm not going to name it, there's 100 visitors a month that search for that nationally. we were in position 2, so they were already doing quite well. It's an established company. They've been around for 20, 30 years. You can see Ahrefs even begins from 2015. When I come in and implement low-hanging fruit, Google just soaks that up because the brand has shown trust in the last how many years. Nothing too aggressive, no spam, no SEO tactics that could get you in the naughty corner with Google. And so everything that we've implemented has just been pure. It just soaks it up. It's like it trusts us. It's okay, let's do it. So another key term, 40. This is a one-word key term that gets 4,700 searches a month. We went from position 31 to position 9. Now, it's bottom of page 1. No celebrations there, but it's getting funny enough. This key term in position 9 gets quite a lot more traffic and volume than first position. So here's another key term that gets 300 searches a month. Previous position was 80. Now that's 77 positions it moved. So plenty of key terms that have, all the key terms in fact have shown significant increasement. Now, the higher up we go, the sooner a graph that shows that we're going to go down. Because when you're in position 1, there's only one way to go, and that's position 2. At the end of the day, there are hundreds of competitors in this space. It's very difficult space, but there's not like thousands of logistics companies there are, but in this case, versus accountants and other there's lots of them. Let's just say that. And so the second site is in the software space, and in the software space, there's much less search volume still. This search volume had 100 searches a month. Previous position was 14, current position 4. Big jump. So position 2, that's page 2 of Google, middle of page 2, position 4. Now this particular term, I think that's their brand. I accidentally didn't remove it. Was position 1, still position 1. And so a whole bunch of other key terms. Now when there's nothing here, basically this is meant to be 99 or up. This software did not find, the reason it says new is this software, Ahrefs, did not see this key term ranking in the top 10 pages of Google, which is position 100 upwards. Okay, so a lot of positive movements. Now, if we go back, we did a cleanup of the site's pages with thin content. We bettered them. We loaded up about 50 long-form guide-like blogs on the topic. Now, those blogs, now we're going back and trimming them up. They were always quite precise in their direction, but now with the whole AI overview, we're now just pruning them up just to give the absolute gold. Latent semantic, we're just cleaning them up. Just if someone's looking for an answer, we give them the answer straight away. If they want to find out more about how we got to that answer, there's a table of contents and more stuff, so that's being rolled out as we speak. A whole bunch of technical stuff like XML sitemap issues, HTML sitemaps, UX stuff, fonts being too small in certain areas. Like you don't want a font smaller than 14. 12 and 10 was being used in the footer. Not good. Google watches what the governments do with like UX and accessibility. So if a blind person visits the website, there needs to be certain things, alt text and alt images and things like that. So Ahrefs ran a call every single month, which we checked. We saw what was being enhanced by the developers and checked in with direction. A big one is, so no blogs have authors, correct authors. In this case, there's a lot of big names in the company that have very powerful LinkedIn accounts. These are high authority people on logistics, the founders, the managers and things like that. So we cherry picked the ones with the biggest trust signals from their social side, added them as authors, created author pages, and so we instantly saw those blogs actually shoot up. Because if Google's comparing a blog that's unauthored versus a blog that's authored with someone that has credibility via their LinkedIn or other citations, which one is it going to choose? And this is the Medic update over and over again, right? It's what happened with the medical field however many years ago, 10 years ago. All those articles on best this and best medical this and best tablets that, they just took a hit because prove to me that you are an authority on the topic. So same with this. There's a whole bunch of Google Search Console issues that there still are. So dead 404 pages. When the designers and people that are working on the site are just working on the site, they're like, oh, we don't need this page. Bang, deleted a page that was getting like 30, 40 visitors a month. Not a big deal, but you don't want Google seeing a 404 page. That's not good. In fact, I actually built out a third site that Eugenius here has full reign over. It's a WordPress website. It's like a competitor to these sites, but really it's to funnel leads to them. So that's marinating. So I did that. I actually saw the situation because I knew that it's going to take a long time. When I can go and build the page within X amount of time, I can go build the site myself. I've got my team to jump on. We can build a page really fast or a website. Whereas managing expectations and dealing with developers and design, they've got a set list of priorities that they have with the client as well. So by the time something gets done, it could be months, right? So in this case, I actually built a third site that I'm ranking, that I'm controlling, and that site is designed to push SEO juice to both of these sites via the blogs, as well as act like as a listicle sort of directory on the space, listing top logistics company, obviously listing us first, listing top software for logistics companies there. So that's happening, which is really cool. What else have we got? Yeah, so main pages added on both sites. Things like Google Reviews badge and universal codes because it's not WordPress. A lot of initial deconstructions of competitors. So we had a look at which were the competitors, what were their main pages, what pages get the most traffic, if they're guide pages, if they're FAQ pages, to know what kind of stuff that we need to build out. I scheduled big work in the EAT side of things. So having a dedicated detailed teams page on the website with leadership, and I gave them all a list of interview questions to answer, so images, and so you're really just making it clear to Google who's responsible for this website, who's behind this website. It's that analogy of outrunning the bear. I just need to outrun the guy next to me. In this case, we just need to do better than the competitor we're up against, and so forth. Google listings filled out correctly, so the services properly filled out, branding in the Google listing. I know this is a national business, but adding some love to that listing, because that listing does well in the city that it's in. So if someone's typing in those desirable keywords in the logistics, the freight, the management, the transport, that listing gets, at the end of the day, every lead counts, every bit of attention counts, every little signal of trust to Google counts. You've got like 100 reviews, but you haven't loaded up your brand or images of the team on Google listing and listed your services. So what else we got? Authors, that's looking good. So additions in the footers, about us. Look, competitor alternatives. This is big. You have MyHub versus Xero, MyHub versus QuickBooks, MyHub versus, what's another one? MyHub versus Xero, QuickBooks, and that's just a reckon, right? So where you are actually running Google ads where they're Googling a competitor and you're saying Xero alternative, and you're taking them out to a page about how MyHub is versus Xero, right? So working on that so we can run Google ads on competitor key terms. So if they're looking for a competitor, we'd be like, yep, competitor alternative, taking them to our page and just giving them an educated information about why we're better and why they might inquire with us. We also noticed there's a whole bunch of competitors bidding on our brand key terms, so we actually started up a defensive brand campaign where we're just bidding on our key terms. Yeah, look, I only do this when there's clear competitors gunning for our key terms, just to minimize traffic going to competitors and making sure it sticks with us, but it's welcome to this space. Yeah, a lot of movement still outstanding. Yeah, more EAT requirements from the client, more interviews. I want more brand videos. I want more real faces. We're going to go back through all of the blogs and make them even more engaging than they are now. I present to the guys, look, these blogs are getting quite a lot of traffic. Let's put a call to action there. Let's put some featured images and let's progress, but we want to do better, right? Because this blog about freight or transport and whatnot, it's got people that are spending their time. They were using like an old template where the text is super, super wide. So we're trimming it up. We've got the author there. It looks a bit prettier. That stuff is still extremely important because while the AI overview is likely to take that traffic and show your AI overview, you still want that AI overview to be proud to link to you, right? If it sees a wall of text, no images, or the images are pretty crap and they're not relevant, yeah, not good. Hope that's helpful. I'm sorry I'm not sharing too much, and look, this could be a photoshopped Ahrefs graph I pulled from anywhere, but yeah, I'm not looking for more work. I'm just trying to deliver value, and hopefully there was something there that, look, this is basic SEO, making sure that there's trustworthy content on the site, making sure there's links, making sure the technical stuff, so like a screaming frog audit will tell you what to do. but it's about understanding how to roll that out to make those edits meaningful, and not just those SEO tools will tell you to do something, you'll do it, and all of a sudden half the site's de-indexed. So just be mindful what it is it's telling you to do. Hope this has been helpful. Thank you.